Happy Black History Month. Let me see what else I need to get done today. What else do I need to do? I'm currently making out a list. Not even just what I need to do today, but, well, it is what I need to do today, but I'm trying to be more consistent about every single day, my to-do list, my water intake, my workouts, what I'm eating every day, all of the things. Trying to be more consistent with that. Also trying to just get into like a schedule and routine. And I am not really like a schedule routine. I'm a very like free flowing type of person, but I need a routine. Like I realized that I'm at a place in my life. I'm also like kind of congested too, but I'm at a place in my life where I for sure definitely I need a routine. I can't go without a routine anymore. Like, and there have been like spurts in my life where I would be really good with getting up at the same time every day and doing like the same stuff, but I now realize that a lot of that was because I had people to take care of, people that were kind of like depending on me to get up and make sure that certain things were done. I got it from Amazon, but this is the brand, so you can go, that's their Instagram, so you can go order it directly from them and not give Amazon any more money. That's something else that I've been doing, detaching from consumerism, working on not spending so much unnecessary money. I've also been more mindful with my spending with my groceries. I think I talked about that on a live or a video or something, how I realized that like I was just spending an incredible amount of money every month on groceries, and it's just me by myself. And the thing about it was like I was not, oh, did I hold it up long enough? I might not have, but that's Zicoto. And their Instagram is your Zicoto. But yeah, I don't know what was I saying? Oh, like just spending a lot of money on food and I wasn't eating the food. I wasn't posting when I first got up here, but April, May, June, July, August, and September, I was around 10 pounds heavier than I am now, and it was all muscle. And so now I've lost that weight and I lost all my muscle. Thank you for co-signing, Luna. And so it was just like stress, the detox that I did that I should not have done, just like a lot of different things that caused like the rapid weight loss. And so now I'm trying to rectify that and gain my weight back and get my muscle back. Like I'll be looking at pictures of myself like, yeah, I got to get that back. ASAP. I got to get that back. So, like I said, I was buying like all of these groceries, but then I wasn't even eating anything because of like the stress, low key depression, honestly. Just dealing with a lot emotionally and spiritually. And I just completely fell off with working on my, like taking care of myself. And so with that, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I don't give myself credit for a lot of things, but I'm really proud of myself that I've been, you're welcome, that I have been pulling myself back day by day, week by week, pulling myself back. I am one that when I am going through stuff, I either will stop eating altogether, or like, I feel like back in my 20s, I was more prone to overeat when I was going through something. Then when I hit like my 30s, I would say it got to a place where it was the opposite and I would just not eat. And so my weight, I feel like it's something that a lot of women go through though, like honestly, like with the weight fluctuations, is that the word? Y'all know what I mean. With the weight fluctuating, once you get into like your 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. Um, but this was like a really unhealthy, because it wasn't just physical. It was like everything combined together. And it was not good. So like I said, now I am little by little pulling myself back up. Um, I feel like it's really been a testament to, there was this saying that they used to say in church and probably other places, but I heard it in church, was like, how bad is your want to? And so my want to, like, I feel like I had to like dig down into a place in me that I didn't even realize was there. Um, like the mental, emotional, and spiritual strength that I had to really find during like the last, honestly, like the last 4 months. I'd say like I really, really had to dig down and find that strength. So now we're getting back. So I'm just being more conscious. And one of the ways that I'm being more conscious is eating. So that's why I said like this, it has like what you're grateful for in the morning, to-do list, must get done today, notes and stuff, water intake, health and fitness, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and appointments. And then it has like a little quote at the bottom. So the one today is, life is much too important a thing to ever talk seriously about it, by Oscar Wilde. And the one yesterday was, live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation, by Isaac Newton. So yeah. So anyway, I really do like this. It really has come in handy for me with my accountability. And I also started back using my Fitness Pal, the app. That's what I used to use last year with my trainer. That's what she had me using, to track my food and water intake and my workouts. So that also forced, that also kind of like when you're actually keeping up with, I'm sorry if you can hear that noise, that's the people upstairs. Um, so it's so annoying. Um, so anyway, I'm not gonna dwell on that. So anyway, when you are tracking what you're eating every day, it makes you so much more aware of like when you're snacking unnecessarily. Also, it makes you a lot more aware when you it makes you not want to go out to eat as much, because it's so easy. Like if you already, like if you eat the same stuff regularly, it's so easy to go in there and just like tap that one button, instead of having to go in there and like search and see, like try to look up the brand, especially like if you're going out to eat a lot. For me, especially here, because here in the city, there's not like how like in Texas and Dallas, there's like a lot of chain restaurants everywhere. So it's a lot easier to like look on an app and see like, okay, let me just type in like, whatever restaurant. They probably, like, other people have been there enough to where like it knows like, okay, this is how many, calories and protein and all that. But if you're going to like a bunch of like mom and pop places like they have here in the city, like small businesses, like business restaurants and stuff, that makes it really, really difficult to keep up with. So, um, I have not gone out to eat. I don't even know when the last time I went out to eat was. It definitely was probably like, so it snowed. The snow was a good 3 weeks ago or so. I definitely have not been out to eat since then. And I think I only ordered food, like DoorDashed food, maybe once. Once since then. So I really been doing good. Like, look at me. Because I, especially like living alone, it's so easy to just be like, oh, like it's just me. I can just run get something real quick. Or like I'm out and it's just me. I'm gonna just run over here and get something. Like it's so easy to do that. But first of all, like it's very unhealthy. Um, yeah, like you just get tired of eating out. I literally got burned out on it too. But it's expensive, first of all. Well, no, not even it's unhealthy, first of all, and then it's expensive. And like I said, trying to keep up with, um, um, I don't know if you can see in the frame, but like I'm steeping some tea. Um, but yeah, like it's just too much. It's too difficult to try to keep up with it. If you're constantly going out to different restaurants and stuff. I went to that coffee shop last week, and like even with that, like I had the coffee. Um, I don't know what's in that coffee. It was a pistachio latte, but like, and it tasted like there was caramel in it too. But like, I don't know what's in there. I know I ordered it with oat milk, but I don't know what's in that. And then I had a waffle. Oh my God, that waffle was so good. It was quinoa and something else. It wasn't wheat. It was quinoa and dang, I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, and then it had peanut butter on it and bananas on top. Delicious. But once again, I don't know what's in that. And so I've been really, really, really trying to eat at home, be mindful, and put it in my app every single day. So also too, I had to change so like last time I used that app, my weight was 145. As of about 2.5 weeks ago, I was 133. So I want to gain, let me put it like this, I want to gain 10 pounds. So in order to do that, I have to greatly increase, let me say greatly increase, because when I was not in that good space and I wasn't eating, I'm not exaggerating. I was maybe eating 500 calories a day, and that was pushing it a lot of days, because a lot of days like I just wasn't eating anything at all. Um, and so, and this was not like, I'm a faster too. This was not fasting. This was just like being in a space of, I feel it was one of those like spiritual places that I was in. They call it like the dark night of the soul, where you in the trenches basically. And it's like, because like I got to a point where I was like, okay, God, like I'm tired of going through these same cycles. I'm tired of making these same mistakes. I'm tired of my life. um Luna, I'm tired of my life looking this way. Like I'm ready to change. And when I did that, um it was like crazy, 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 crazy. And then it was also during the same time that I did that detox. So it was like a physical purge and a spiritual purge at the same time. And it was intense. Come on, you already up here. Come on. What is it? Sit down. Sit down. So anyway, yeah, been going through that for the last like 4 months or so. But now I feel like the last, excuse me, like the last couple of weeks, I can feel that I have been coming out of that. And a big part of coming out of that, for me, I need a routine. It keeps me, especially like when you live by yourself, there's nobody to keep you accountable. Like previously, I was going to cook because there was somebody at home to cook for. So I was going to cook. I was going to make sure there was something in the house to eat. I didn't cook every day. Let me be clear. I didn't cook every day, but like I was cooking pretty regularly. And so, yeah, there was, she's kneading. There was that sense of responsibility to make sure that there was something available to eat if anyone else wanted to eat. When you by yourself, you don't have that. Like you just literally out there on your own. And that's difficult. That was difficult for me. So now I am in a space where it's like, no, you need to cook. Even if there's nobody else here to eat, you need to eat. I'm also not a leftover person. I do not like leftovers. And so that's another thing. Like only cooking enough for one person when you're used to cooking for several people. Um, but I'm teaching myself. I've been on Pinterest, finding like little meals for one person. Um, just getting in the habit of forcing myself, like you need to eat. I also keep my vitamins like handy and readily available. Like you need to eat, you need to take your vitamins, you need to drink your water. And it's all like, it all sounds like so simple because it is simple, but I feel like anybody that's ever gone through a spiritual purge or who has ever dealt with depression, you fully understand what I'm saying. Like you fully get how when you're in those spaces, you forget to take care of yourself. And you literally have to like fight your way back. So that's what I've been doing. Um, yeah, but with that, I have like a list. I make a list of like the ingredients that I need for certain meals before I go to the grocery store. So I'm not just going to the grocery store all willy-nilly like I was, or online doing grocery orders and just randomly get, because this was what I was doing. I would get online, order stuff, and then when it would get delivered, I'd be like, I don't even have anything to make a meal out of. Um, I also am one who can very quickly do too much. Like, oh, I want to eat healthy. So I need to stay away from this. And in the midst of doing that, I would get so frustrated, especially if you're one of those people that's like a label reader like I am. And you're like, oh, this contains this, and this contains this, and this contains this. It's like, dang, like, what can I eat? What is healthy to eat? And then you can find yourself quickly not really eating anything. That was another contributing factor. Um, and so now it's like, okay, you got to pick a struggle. Um, you have to eat. So like you're going to have a little bit of sodium. And all of these things are like healthy for you in moderation anyway. But it's like, okay, like you have to have some sodium, you have to have some cholesterol. And like all of my blood work, everything is always good. Thank God. But with family history and then just being, like I said, one of those people that's like always reading labels and all of that. If you live in America, you know what I'm talking about with the ingredient list and stuff. So I have gone back to doing a lot of stuff from scratch, which is my preference anyway. I prefer, um, I'm about to get back into baking bread. I have not baked bread in over a year. So I'm about to get back into baking bread. Um, just a lot of the stuff that I used to do, making from scratch, I really would love to get back into making milk because $8 for 32 ounces or 48 ounces or whatever it is of milk is diabolical. Like it is absolutely insane. And I've made my own. I used to make macadamia, almond, and there was another one, but macadamia was my favorite. Oh, cashew. Macadamia was my favorite because it's so thick. So like I would use it like when I was making like sauces. Um, and then I liked cashew because it is also like a thicker consistency. And so I would put that in my coffee. And then almond, that was kind of like for my son. Oh my God, that's good. That would be for my son because he doesn't like, he only likes almond milk. And so that would be for him. But yeah, I just been getting back to a lot of this stuff. And I feel like I know for a fact that's been necessary. Like I've been needing to get back to who I used to be in that sense. I used to enjoy growing my own herbs, um, things of that nature, like my own food. Like I am someone that loves that kind of stuff. And I just gotten away from it. And so now I've been feeling called to get back to, I used to make fire cider every year. It's crazy to see that like a lot of the stuff that goes viral, like the last like few years, is stuff that I was doing like years ago. But I never thought to like post it on social media. And I was like, dang, like I could have been going viral way back, way back then. So I will start, not to go viral, but I will start sharing more of the stuff that I make just because, first of all, if you read in the room, you can see that like a lot of stuff, um, price is about to go up. Um, it's a lot. Like it's going to really pay to try to be self-sufficient. I'm also going to start manifesting, finding people here locally that also grow food because I'm in an apartment now, so that also limits how much I can do. I have a balcony, so I have some stuff out on the balcony, but when you're in an apartment, um, especially like when you have an animal inside an apartment, a nosy animal that will chew stuff up. Um, yes, fire cider. So fire cider is basically, so you make it, and I'm sniffling right now. You make it before, like I would make mine like in like September. So basically, try to see how to word it. Like basically, it's a bunch of ingredients that you put in a jar. It's like an old way of building up your immune system, fighting against colds and flu, things like that. Like it's immunity boosting, all of the things. Like I would put like horseradish, onion, garlic, ginger, apple cider vinegar. I haven't made it in like 2 or 3 years. It's a bunch of different stuff that you put in there. But it's like gut healthy, immune system boosting. But I would make it like in September. Either August or September, I would make it. But sorry, alarm went off. Um, and so you let it sit. I would let mine sit for like a month. And so before winter would come, or even like for me, I would have it ready by the fall. So like when fall came around, I would start giving it to everybody, like Cam, me, you know, him. I would give it to, if he would take it, like a lot of times he wouldn't take it, but like, cause it doesn't taste good. You can put it like take it with honey or whatever. But as you can tell from like the ingredients that I listed, like You're not taking it for the taste. You're taking it for the benefits. So anyway, I would do that. I made my own elderberry syrup. Um, I have some now. Hold on, I can show you. Because I just made a little one for me, but hold on. So my bad. My bad, Luna. So this is called Liquid Gold. It's literally just honey and ginger, not ginger, Lord, garlic. Um, and so I just take like teaspoon, tablespoon, whatever of that. So like literally it's just honey and garlic. Um, so yeah, like I said, I used to make like so many like natural remedy type of things. And I really, it's something that I've been caught. That's kind of like how I got like kind of into like the apothecary type of stuff years ago. Because I was already doing all of this stuff. And then I started making like the teas. Um, what do you want to make? The liquid gold or the elderberry syrup? This tea that I'm drinking actually has elderberry in it. But yeah, um, definitely I feel like it's time for people, if you are able to tap into like being more self-sufficient. Like I started making bread probably like 2016 or 17. I started making bread. um Focaccia will always and forever be my favorite bread. But I was making just like loaves of bread, bread bowls, stuff like that too. Yeah, elderberry syrup is, especially like if you have little kids, like elderberry syrup is so good and necessary. And honestly, like I attribute to, because you know, Cam used to never, thank God, Cam used to never get sick. And we would be around some germy people, and their kids stayed sick, but Cam would not get sick. And I literally, he used to make fun of me, but I attributed it. I used to mess with him. I'd be like, you laughing at me when I'm making you take this fire cider and elderberry syrup and that liquid gold. I was like, but when all these other kids around here are sick and you're not sick, that's why. So he's grateful for it now, but he used to make fun of me when I was when he was younger. He would be like, dang, like you always having me take all of this crazy stuff. And I was like, yeah, but that crazy stuff, that's what, people been using for generations and generations. Before there was all of this medicine, people were still taking care of themselves before there was, medicine on the shelves for every little thing that we have now. And I can attest to the fact that it works. Um, so yeah, just a lot of different things like that that I thoroughly, honestly, like I enjoy doing it. It brings me joy. Being like that's something that I feel like was ancestrally passed down to me. Like I like making things. I like using herbs. I like using stuff like that to take the place of traditional medicine. I hate taking pills. I woke up this morning with a slight headache. I'm not going to reach for ibuprofen or, you know, Tylenol, whatever. No, like, if at all possible, I'm going to find a natural substitute for it. Like, now don't get me wrong, doctors are necessary, medicine is necessary at times. But if I can avoid it, one thing that I'm going to do is try to find a natural remedy if possible. Like even like blood pressure. That's something I also write down. Like I take my blood pressure every morning, I write it down. Um, Controlling it And honestly, like, I don't have high blood pressure. My blood pressure will be high if I'm not sleeping properly. Um, but even in that, as someone that has a family history of, high blood pressure, I don't want to be on, I've been on blood pressure medication. I've seen the negative side effects that it had on me. And so I research. I have herbalism books. I get in my books. I study. I figure out, like, okay, what can I take? What can I do to get my body where it needs to be without taking medicine? And I swear by it. I will always, always, always swear by it. Years ago, like pre-panorama, I used to have like really heavy cycles. Doctors kept pushing for me to have a hysterectomy, and I was like, no. No judgment to any woman who has had a hysterectomy, is thinking about having one. No judgment whatsoever. I did not want a hysterectomy from a spiritual standpoint. That's it. That's all. All the women in my family that I know of have had hysterectomies, and they're fine. Mine was for spiritual reasons, um, and so I went. I researched. What am I putting in my body? What am I not putting in my body? Like, what can I take out of my diet? What can I put into my diet? What can I do to fix this? And I fixed it. Like I said, that was 2016, 17, somewhere around there. So please like the live if you are in here. So yeah, I tried my best to heal myself naturally. I feel like there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of ways that we can be taking care of ourselves. The information is out there, but of course, not everybody knows. Um, I am not someone who, like, I know there's a lot of people that they had this information passed down to them, um, you know, through grandmothers or mothers or whoever. Like, I didn't have that luxury. I had to figure this out for myself. I had to pray and ask for help, um, start studying herbalism, do all of these things for myself. Um, I did not want my son to grow up taking a whole bunch of medicine, needing a whole bunch of medication. So that was the driving force for me to start figuring out, how to heal without medicine. And I feel like right now, like I said, we need to be coming together as communities, because whereas I might know how to make certain things, someone else might grow all of their own vegetables, produce. We can barter, like we can swap out. Like, I got this liquid gold that I made. Can I get some peppers and onions? I feel like that's where my heart is. My heart is with that kind of community. Um, that's my vibe. That's what I want. I'm very much a farmer's market, local type of girl, but I would love to meet people that um, raise their own animals, all of those things. Like, and I want to, I make my stuff and I want to have things to be able to take to them to swap out with them as well. So, yeah, that's that. But I will start sharing. If more people are interested, I will start sharing, even if it's just like shorts. I almost said stories, but like shorts. Even if it's just on shorts, I will start sharing like little. Like I said, this is literally just raw, local honey and organic garlic. That's it. That's all it is. Um, a lot of this stuff is not super expensive. When I see people, like the last couple of years, I've seen a lot of people on social media going viral for doing a lot of this stuff, and they make it seem so difficult. They make it seem so expensive. Some herbs and stuff, yes, they are a little more costly. But if you're someone that's just starting out, you don't have to go and spend a paycheck on, you know, herbs and all of this kind of stuff. Um, it doesn't have to be that way. Um, I'm a firm believer in, first of all, use what you got, use the stuff that you have in your house. Like with fire cider, I think the most expensive ingredients in my fire cider probably were like the horseradish, um, the honey that I would take it with, because I do try to use like raw honey, which can be more expensive, but um, I would love, 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 love to make friends with a beekeeper. 2025 goals. I need a beekeeper in my life. But yeah, like, okay, I'll start sharing more about what I do. Um, I'm a big herb person. You have to be careful with them. You have to know what you can take, what you can't take, especially if you're pregnant, breastfeeding, if you are already on certain medications. There's a lot to it, which also scares me when I see people online, saying like, oh, take this, with this and this. And I'm just like, there needs to be some disclaimers with some of this stuff. Like, that's the scary part, because a lot of people online just, they want information. They want to feel better. They want to heal themselves, but it can be very easy to fall prey to people that are just trying to make money off of you, who have not properly researched, have not been into herbs and stuff for years. People that are, like I said, because it's a very popular thing now. Like herbalism is very popular now. Natural remedies are very popular now. And so with anything, you're going to have folks that want to make a quick buck. That's just how it is. So you have to really get with people who, like I used to make the sinus bath salts. People literally swore by them. That was probably my most regularly ordered item. The sinus bath salts, and then the salve the pain relief salve that I used to make. Those were my main two items that I sold. Um, Matter of fact, next time I go home, I'm going to try to find my book. I know it's there somewhere. I would not have thrown it in the trash. Somehow it did not get packed and brought up here with me. But I know that somewhere my book, because I had all of the recipes, because like I said in the last live, like I want to be able to pass this information down, because I know what it feels like to not have this information. So I want to be able to pass it down to those in my family. But I have a book with all of the recipes and stuff that I used to use when I had that first apothecary. Um, but yeah, I made a bunch of different stuff. There were several teas that I made um, for different things, different issues or whatever. But yeah, it definitely is time to get back on that path. Especially now, like when you have a lot of people that, with the food that we, honestly, like in a lot of ways, like we don't have a choice to eat. Like if you be honest with yourself, you can try to buy the best of what you're buying, but like in this country, there's still no guarantee that what you're buying is organic or natural or what it's supposed to be. There's no guarantee. So you just have to, if you believe in something higher than you have to pray over it. Um, buy what you can afford because, as I said, things were already expensive. They're about to get more expensive. So you really have to be mindful of eating what you can afford. That's why I said I want to meet some people here locally that I can swap things with or be of service, in other ways, to um, making, oils and different things like that, like being of service in other ways. It might not always be like food you can swap, but we can be of service to each other in different ways. I feel like if we take the time really to build these communities and these villages, because we're going to need them. Like even now, like if you look, like every time there's like a panic, people start running in the stores, cleaning things out. What would we do if we went to the grocery store and there wasn't the stuff that we needed? I posted a video on TikTok a couple years ago, maybe, where I had went in a local Target. There was no meat, which I didn't buy meat from Target anyway, but like there was no meat. There was very little produce, like the cheese, like all of that, that whole area over there in Target was completely empty. Um, what do you do? What will we do? What will we do when a lot of the medicines and things that we're used to taking are not readily available? The time I feel is now to try to say, okay, let's try to figure this out. Let's try to get into uh, who has the knowledge for this, who has the knowledge for that. There's people out like the survivalists. Also, 2025 goals. I need to meet some survivalists. I need to meet some of y'all that's like been camping for 3 months out in the woods by yourself, and you know how to light fires and um, find pure water. um who child canning is a full-time job. I ain't gonna hold you. Canning is a full-time job. I tried it and immediately was like, get somebody else to do it. Canning is a lot. I need to meet some people that have the equipment to make canning easier, because canning is not for the faint of heart. I greatly admire those people that I see that have like their whole basement is like canned food. Once again, I need to meet those people. I need those people in my life, because canning is a lot. It was a lot for me. Like especially like if you don't have some of the equipment that I've seen people have, I'm like, oh, okay, like that would make it a lot faster. That would make it a lot easier. Um, but yeah, it's a tedious process. But might just gotta figure it out, get with it, and put in the time. Yeah. And there's a lot of them up here. Me and my brother go to the Amish markets. Like, do y'all need a little African American friend? Like, I'll work. Like, what y'all need? What y'all need me to do? Like, I will work. For y'all to share y'all knowledge and stuff, and for y'all to share y'all stuff. Like, I'll work. Tell me what I need to do. And I feel like it's communities like that. They gonna be all right. they know how to live. They know how to survive. They even like in the time that we are in now, like they raising their own animals, they growing their own, like they gonna be all right. We need communities like that. Um, because what if we couldn't get to the Amish market? You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. But yeah. Every time I go in one of the markets, I'm just like amazed. I'm honestly amazed at how self-sufficient they are. I admire it. Um, and we definitely for sure we need some more of that. I'm definitely trying to make friends. Um, it's just crazy when you look at how certain groups of people have held on to their traditions and their ways of life in the midst of 90% of the rest of the population in this country. I can't speak for other countries. In this country, 90% of the population, moving away from their ancestral practices, moving away from, she's probably going to start snoring in a minute, but moving away from their ancestral practices and wisdom and knowledge. And then you see groups of people like them that just like, we good just like this. I honestly admire it. And I'm trying to be a part of it. If I can't be a part of it, I'm trying to meet some other like-minded people that that also want to have that kind of life. I'm very much, I used to have a friend and we used to joke all the time about how we would be those people that, hold on, let me show you. Okay, so this is from an Amish market, and these are raw creamed honey. You can see it's already it's already greasy. But this one is wild blueberry, and then this one is blackberry lavender. I had to put them in the back of the pantry to stop eating them. I was putting it on everything: pancakes, bread, tortillas. I was down so bad. I was just telling my brother, we was on the phone day before yesterday, and I was like, oh my God, they have lemon snap, like ginger snap cookies. They have ginger snap, but they also have lemon ones. I had to throw the bag in the trash. Because I'm low sugar. And I would find myself like, don't let me find, how I get up in the couch. I get all the way in the couch. I would find something good to watch on TV, fill up my cup with my water, have those cookies, and before you know it, I would be done ate like 10 of them. I was like, oh my God, Keisha, like, what are you doing? Like, girl, if you don't, it was that bad. It was that bad. And when we went, we went in November, like early November was the last time that I went. I let my brother talk me into going to, excuse me, the donut stand, the donut area. No, literally, like you can't eat it with a spoon. Like it's that good. But we had he went to the donut area and I'm like, don't go over there. Don't go over there because you have donuts I was never like a sweets type of person. Like I never ate a lot of sweets. But something that I have always loved, I love a good donut. So anyway, he walks over there and I'm like, don't go, don't go, don't go. Where I go? To that donut stand. So they had where like if you buy like three, it was cheaper than buying like, like you might as well go ahead and buy three. Here I go. No self-control. So we were going to lunch after we left from there. One of them was a chai something and it was like stuffed. So I got to my car and my brother was still walking to his car. I couldn't wait. I sat there in the car, put some hand sanitizer on, and started eating that donut. I was like, what are you doing? Like, how greedy is this to be sitting? You couldn't even wait to get somewhere and physically wash your hands. You in here with hand sanitizer. That first bite, I actually, I recorded myself. I was too embarrassed to even post it. I was like, not you going in on the donut like that. A blueberry, like the blueberry cake donuts. I got one of those from there that day too. And then I forget what my stomach growling thinking about it. I forget what the other flavor was, but I know one of them was like the chai, and then it was stuffed with like chai and something. First of all, I'm dairy free. Whatever, it was some cream on the inside. Cream on the inside. Anyway, I had a flashback. Um, the millennial in me just hopped out. Anyway, so um I knew I wasn't supposed to have it. And I only ate half of it. I didn't eat the whole thing, but still. But yeah, the blueberry cake donuts, my favorite. My favorites. Um, and when I was baking, like I went through this phase, this loaf phase. So my son likes banana bread. And so when fall comes around, I start making banana bread. So several years ago, probably this was also pre-panorama, I was like, oh, like I bought like different loaf pans and I was like, oh, like I have these other pans. Um, Let me just start making loaves. I made a lemon lavender loaf. I still think about it. I still think about it to this day. I made it a bunch of times. But like that first time was just like, it was magical. That first bite I hid it. I hid it. That's what I was saying. Yes, like immediately when I said cream on the inside, there you go. But yeah, like I hid it because I didn't want nobody else to have none. So that was that on that. But anything blueberry or lemon, I saw where this place up here. I saw it on Threads the other day where this place has blueberry lemon. I almost said honey buns. Lord Jesus, um, lemon blueberry cinnamon rolls. You know it had a lemon glaze. You know it had a lemon glaze. I'm gonna have to go back on Snapchat and find a picture of, oh my God, it was so ridiculously good. Um, it was so good. So yeah, so anyway, just one of those moments of like I just love. I'm not like I said, I won't eat like candy, a lot of candy or like ice cream and stuff like that. But baked goods, a cookie, a muffin. I went to Sprouts the other day. I had self-control. I went in there just to get coffee and milk. So I got the coffee and the milk, but then they had like some vegan muffins. Why I didn't get the blueberry one? Well, let me say the blueberry. They had one blueberry pack left, but it looked burnt. So I was like, no, let me not do that. So they had an orange cranberry. I was like, oh, that sounds really good. Trash, trash, trash. Um, it was like they wasn't even like cooked all the way through. I put them in the air fryer and it just didn't taste right. So I was like, yeah, that's my sign that I need to get back to baking. Because I went through like a scone and drop biscuit phase two. Raspberry lemon were my favorite drop biscuits I ever made. Oh, that actually sounds delicious. Yeah, and that's what, like, I don't bake now because there's nobody here to eat it, and I know I have no willpower. Like, I'll be like, oh, like, I'll just have one, or I'll just have a bite. No, you won't. You won't. So, yeah, so anything lemon, blueberry, combination of the two, I'm all of. My stomach is literally growling just from talking about this. Um, I like making donuts too. When it, I think it was fall before last, or like holiday season before last, I made apple cinnamon donuts. It was like, yeah, was it apple cinnamon or apple cider vinegar donuts? Something like that with cinnamon. Oh my God. I was in my donut era at that time. Like, I think this was like like late 2023. I bought like donut pans and stuff. I was in my donut era at that time. Um, but it's different when you have people there to actually eat the food to keep you from eating all of it. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess, but like I said, I do know like the medicinal stuff. I will be getting back to doing all of that. Baking, I am going to get back to baking just because like I do crave sweet stuff. And when you are someone who is low sugar, it can be difficult to find sweets that taste good that aren't loaded with sugar. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just have to. That's actually how I got into making donuts. Because, like I said, I love donuts. But I was like, okay, I can't have all that sugar. So I need to figure out how to make my own at home. Um, so, yeah, now I need to get back to doing that because those muffins they really made me mad. And also, too, like, and I tried to eat, I think I ate two out of four. And I was like, here I am, like, wasting my calories, upping my sugar for no reason because it's nasty. So, yeah. Later in the month, I'll probably get back to making. Oh, yeah, that baby can eat. He can definitely eat. He had a healthy little appetite for him to be so little. Cam was the same way. Like, I would just be looking at him like, where are you even putting the amount of food that you eat? Like, you eat even before he was a teenager. Like, I was like, you eat like you, I don't know. And I attributed it to him playing sports. I was like, maybe it's because he's constantly playing sports. And so, he's burning off a lot of energy, a lot of calories and stuff. But even after he stopped playing sports, it's like he stopped playing sports and started eating more. Like, what are you doing? Um, so yeah, I'm gonna get back to it for sure. I need to figure out what I'm going. It's 1 o'clock. I need to figure out what I'm gonna eat for lunch. TikTok diagnosed me with whatever it was, but I I didn't realize that I would like hyperfixate on certain food. I thought it was just like a normal thing. Like if you find something that you like to eat, you eat it like every day, every day for like weeks. I do that. And so the other day I made a salad with tuna on it and boiled eggs. Well, egg whites. I don't eat the yolks, but like boiled egg whites. It literally had like the simplest ingredients in it. I've had it the last, what, 2 or 3 days in a row for lunch and dinner. hmm hmm That's probably what I'm going to have for lunch again today. And then I'll do something different for dinner tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner, but I say that, but then now that I have these out, I kind of want to make some pancakes and just put those on top of my pancakes. I don't know. Which one should I do? You know what? I'll probably do the salad now, and then I'll do the pancakes tonight. Yeah. Or should I swap it? I'm gonna do the salad now. I'll do the pancakes. Like I feel like a breakfast for dinner type of vibe today. So I need to film. I have to film some content. Um, I need to make a short. I need to post a short today. I need to go through my footage on my phone and see what I have. I'm pretty sure I have footage to make a short. Um, I just need to go through my phone and see. Um, but I joined this group of people and we're like accountability partners. And so we're posting a short every day. And then one video a week. So I will be doing I have on lashes already. Part of me wants to film a makeup video. Then again, the other part of me is like, I don't know. I used to would, back when I was really into makeup, I didn't mind putting on like a full face of makeup when I was live doing like, or you just for whatever, playing in makeup and just like wash it back off at the end of the day. Now I'd be like, I don't want to do that. Like, I say that, but then like once I actually sit down and start putting on the makeup, I'm a happy girl. But building up to that point, I don't know. That might be, no, that would be too much editing. I need a simple short. Today and tomorrow, I need simple shorts. And then I can start making other shorts. I don't know. I have a list somewhere of like video ideas, like content ideas. I need to go back through that. Dang, that sound good. Dang, that sounds really good. See, this is my problem. Like, cause I'm sitting here like, ooh, like I could run to the store and get some more chicken thighs, a lime, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Also trying to be mindful. I don't know if y'all have seen this push online about like spending less. I think some people started it yesterday. Um, Only buying what you actually need. And as I said, I've been on this kick for ever since I went through my account, either like the end of December or beginning of January, when I went through my account and through my Apple Pay and saw how much money I was spending and saw that like 70% of it, I'm not exaggerating. Well, let me not say that, because without counting rent, I would say like 70% of my everyday expenses were food. That really opened my eyes and made me be like, okay, like you need to start eating at home. You need to start cooking what you have and not seeing something on Pinterest or seeing something on, Instagram. And then next thing you know, here you go run into the store or doing a grocery order. I can say I've been doing really good. Like I said, I I have done a couple of grocery orders, but they've been small. Not I was spending too much money on groceries. I'll put it like that. And then turn right around and go out to eat. Like, girl, what are you doing? So now I've been doing good with eating what I have at home. And I want to definitely keep that up. As I said, I've seen the push on social media um, for people to like spend less starting February. I want to say I saw on threads where people were saying it was going to start February 1st. I canceled my Amazon. Um, I feel like for obvious reasons, like if you're someone that sees what's going on in the country, like just for obvious reasons, I canceled my Amazon membership, Prime membership. Um, and honestly, like that's something that had been heavy on me. I had slowed down. I haven't ordered anything from Amazon since I ordered these pictures that still ain't up on my wall. I'm gonna get better with that too. But yeah, I um I for sure I've slowed down. Like I had already slowed down on ordering because a lot of my stuff was getting lost, or it would take I was constantly getting like sorry for the delay emails. And it's like, okay, if you're paying for Prime, a part of what you're a big part, a majority of what you're paying for is for the quick shipping. And if I'm having to, every time I turn around, if 3 out of 5 orders are delayed and I'm having to wait 4 or 5 days, I could have just ordered stuff directly from the company. Like that kind of takes the appeal out of it. Um, Also, too, it used to be so easy to return stuff to Amazon. That was like a really, really, really big plus for me. It's not, it started being very ridiculous, is the word I'll use. Um, Companies that I had previously ordered for that I was able to like return the stuff to Kohl's, or like up here, I return at UPS. But like stuff that previously was like really, really easy for me to return, them same companies would be like, oh, um, now you have to like go through the seller. Like what? Like now I gotta talk to the seller, do all of this. No, 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 no. Um, or like you gotta send it back, wait for the seller to see if it's in the right condition or whatever, and then they'll refund you. But it could take up to like 7 to 10 days. Uh-uh. It didn't take y'all 7 to 10 days for me to get the product to see if the product was right. So like y'all took the money out of my account when y'all shipped it, not knowing the status. And that's something too, like some of the stuff that I was getting would be broken, chipped, or whatever. And, to send it back, now I have to wait, talk to, whoever. Like, no, I want to be able to um, push these couple of buttons, running back to the, Kohl's or especially clothes, because like they give you that coupon or whatever there at Kohl's when you return stuff. So I was like, no, like it just, the quality of a lot of the stuff, like I said, stuff that I had ordered previously. Like, of course, it's Amazon. Like, most of what you're getting is not going to be, like, you're not ordering luxury items on Amazon, right? So, but companies that I had ordered from before, when I would get the stuff, it wasn't the same quality. And I'm like leggings that I would order. I'm a black legging girl, and was getting my leggings from this same company for a few years. And the last time that I ordered the leggings, first of all, they had went up on the price. Okay, cool. It was only like maybe $4 or whatever more. So I was like, okay, fine, because you got like a pack. It was like three, three or four. I think maybe like three in the pack. So I was like, okay, fine. But then I got them, and I'm like, these are not the same quality as the ones that I ordered, because I would order them like maybe like once a year. I was like, these are not the same quality. Like, these are already thinner than the ones that I've had for a freaking year. So yeah, like it wasn't worth it. I see that Netflix is going up on their price. I'm about to show them the door. As I don't know, I'm torn. I'm torn because I know Cam uses Netflix, and so, but somebody was saying that like Apple TV is better than Netflix. I think I've only watched like one thing on Apple TV, but I need to check Apple TV out because people was like, oh, like they have great stuff on there, and they're cheaper. It's like $10 a month. Um, because I have Hulu as well, and I honestly didn't even realize that I was still paying for Hulu until January. Because I never watch it. Like the only thing I was watching on there was Abbott Elementary, and I had fell off watching that when I moved up here. I think I've watched like a couple of episodes since I lived up here, and that's it. Um, but now that I have it, I have been watching it this week. I found this show called Paradise on there. I really like it so far. So I'm like, maybe I will keep Hulu and let Netflix go. Because I feel like, but then, as soon as I say that, here comes Shonda Rhimes with a new show. I said, see, they was holding this. Because they know that Shonda got us by the throat. Anything she come out with, I'm going to watch it. Anything she come out with. Grays, Scandal, Bridgerton, anything Shonda come out with, I'm going to be sat front row, ready to watch it. So it's like, dang, like, as soon as everybody starts saying they about to cancel Netflix, here's Shonda come with a new show. Um, but I might still cancel it because I feel like at this point it's a matter of greed. Like, what are we paying for? Like, a couple of new shows a year, but the rest of the stuff is like old or stuff that you don't really want to watch. That's why I didn't have no problem canceling Amazon Prime, because I'm already paying for Prime, but now I got to pay extra to not have commercials. And then if it's a movie I want to watch, now I got to pay to rent the movie. Be so for real. So it was easy to get rid of Amazon Prime between them playing in my face with my packages and then the Prime Video. It was very easy to get rid of that for me. Um, and honestly, I feel like too, like being up here and seeing all of these small local businesses also makes me want to get rid of like a lot of the big businesses and support the smaller businesses for sure. Um, that's one of the things that I do love about, also love about being up here, is how they really go hard for small businesses. Um, I ain't got Target anymore. But I mean, we lived, especially like coming from a small town, like you've lived without Target before. You know, we've all lived without Netflix and all these things. I have T-Mobile, so I do have a discount with Netflix, but they text the other day saying that now with the price increase, I'll be paying $11 a month for Netflix. That's the only reason why I'm considering keeping it is because I won't be paying the $25 or whatever other people will be paying. That's the only thing that's making me want to stay. But if I keep Netflix, sorry, that's so loud. If I keep Netflix, can you hear that? Like you woke Luna up. She was looking around like, really? Okay. Um, yeah, if I keep Netflix, I'm gonna let Hulu go. Cause Hulu is, I think, like $11 a month too. Um, I'm not gonna keep both. And then actually, let me get up and go over here. Oops. I need to start making my lunch. Um, yeah, if I keep Netflix, Hulu is gonna go. But now I'm invested in Paradise and they only have it. I watched the first three episodes. I guess it started like 3 weeks ago. It's 2:22 on the clock. It's 1:22 here. My clock never got reset and I can't be bothered to do it. But yeah, it I saw the first three episodes, but now the new episode don't come out till February 4th, which I don't like that. Um, I do like on Netflix how you can actually girl, so loud. I do feel like I like the fact that on Netflix, like you can sit down and you can watch the whole series. Um, with Hulu, I'm not a fan of having, which once again, I'm like, babe, you're a millennial. You literally grew up, um, you grew up watching a show a week at a time. Like, you see how spoiled we get with the foolishness? Like, oh, I don't want to wait a whole week. You need to wait a week. So that, you know what? That might be best for me now that I think about it like that. Hold on. Okay, yeah, now that I think about it, I might need to, it might not be so bad to actually just like sit and watch one episode per week. That's why, like, it's crazy how spoiled we can really be. Um, Also, like with the scrolling and stuff, I'm like, girl. And like I try to be aware of, because there's so much that's going on in the world, in this country. Let me say the world, in this country right now. I do try to be aware, but I'm like, yeah, at the same time, let me chill on the scroll. Let me pick back up my books. I need to find some new books. I don't know. I feel like I'm not a romance girly, but I was reading the romance novels for like the last, I don't know, since I got up here, before I left, honestly. Um, I've been trying to, like, I've been reading romance novels and I like them and I was really into them for like a minute, but now I feel like I'm like, I need something more mentally stimulating. I feel like they're good. Like, I feel like romance novels to me, like I don't watch reality TV like that, but I feel like to me, romance novels are my reality TV. Like when I don't want to think about anything heavy, when I just want to kind of like take a mental break, that's what romance novels are for me. But like if I really want to be like mentally stimulated, which is where I back am now, I don't want to do that. I did start on what is it? On Spotify. That's something else. It's gonna be Spotify or it's gonna be Apple Music. I don't know if Apple does Apple have podcast? If Apple has podcast, this is the thing. I've had Spotify for so many years, years and years and years. So I have so much music over on Spotify that it's like, oh my God, like, how do I get that music over to Apple? I don't know. And I actually think that I'm already, you know what? I might already be paying for Apple TV because they charge me. Apple, I have an Apple charge that comes out every month. And I want to say it includes more than just my music. So I might already be paying for um, Apple TV. Once again, I need to sit down and really, 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 really go over, which I've been doing. I have been doing. Um, Also, I realized that the bank that I was using were doing this process where they don't take your money out of your account when it's supposed to come out. I forget the term that I saw online. Just so happened to be on Threads, and there was another conversation. There was a conversation about this, and I went in the comments, and somebody was like, "Yeah, like there's this process that banks do where they take payments out in a certain way to where it drops it basically like drops your money down. And so if you very easily can hit a low balance basically because they're not taking the payments out as they should. And so if you'll look and you'll think that you have like a certain amount of money in your account, but you actually really don't. I forget how it all works, but it's a very like sleazy practice. And I realized that that's what my bank was doing to me. Um, yeah, I'm gonna look when we get off the live. I'm gonna look and see. And hey, girl, I'm gonna look and see because I'm pretty sure that I'm paying for it and I'm just not aware. But yeah, I realized that my bank was doing this practice and it's so sleazy of them to do it. But this girl was saying that she had to actually like file, was it with the FDIC or threaten? Somebody actually filed, and then somebody was saying they threatened to file. Um, and the bank went back and gave them back money that they had because it had caused these people to have like insufficient funds and stuff was like bouncing in their account and they was charging. This one girl said that like she ended up getting like $900 back. These companies are literally something else. So like I said, I've been sitting down really going through my stuff trying to figure out what am I paying for, what am I overly paying for. But I know Spotify has podcasts, and so I listen to not podcasts. I'm sorry, audiobooks. That's what I meant. Not Apple has podcasts, but audiobooks. Um, which usually I don't like. I'm like a physical copy type of person, but I have been trying to get more into the audiobooks, and Spotify has so many for free. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I started listening to Parable of the Sower. I was like, okay, I said I didn't want no fluff, but this is heavy. Like, this is like heavy, heavy. So I had to like back up off of that. a little bit, especially with what we got going on right now. I was like, oh, sometimes life be heavy enough, like you really don't need, like you bombarded with the real stuff. You really don't need like fiction, you know. So I had to take a break from that. And I have not went back. I took a break from it probably like 2 weeks ago. I have not gone back to it. I don't even want to go to the store and buy no more eggs. I don't even want to think about the price of eggs right now. Um, but yeah, I for sure have been looking and seeing what I'm paying for. Um, my little kiwi that I cut up for breakfast that I didn't eat. Yeah, but like what I'm paying for, what can go, what needs to stay. If Apple, if Apple does not have um, audiobooks, I just got it because I just started using Apple Music, like really listening to Apple Music when I got here. Before that, 90% of my music I listen to on Spotify. I do honestly feel like I saw other people saying like the quality of Apple Music is better. I do feel like the quality is better on, like it's clearer to me on Apple, but if they don't, because I don't listen to any podcast on Apple. All of the podcasts that I listen to are on Spotify. So if Apple don't have audiobooks, I'm definitely going to stay with Spotify. Because I have like a duo account on Spotify. My son has his own stuff, that he like his own side of it, and then I have my own side of it. So if I did away with it, he would lose all of his stuff as well. So I don't know, but I do know that I have been sitting down going over all of this, um, getting to the bottom of what I'm spending because this it's too much. All right, love you too. I'm about to go too. I'm about to make my lunch. Make me a salad. The salad with the tuna on it. I'm gonna make that because I've been on here almost an hour and a half. So yeah, I'm good. But thank you for joining, baby, and I love you too. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm about to um it's just lettuce, boiled egg whites, onions, cucumbers, tuna, like the canned tuna, in water, and the vegan, like the plant-based ranch dressing with hemp seeds on it. Like it's a really simple salad. So yeah, I'm about to go eat. Thank you for everyone who joined the live. Please don't forget to like the live. That really helps my channel as well. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.